It's been a very busy week for the intra-Africa Trade Fair team, hosting 2 business roadshows in Accra, Ghana, and Johannesburg, South Africa. The Joburg event held Thursday was led by Humphrey Mugo, who is the regional director of the Africa Export-Import Bank. That's the Afri-Exim Bank. Now, the forum seeks to galvanize South Africa's trade and industrial enterprises and executives to attend the Grand Iatf 2025 Summit scheduled for Algeria in Northern Africa later this year. Another vacation spot for you to visit. Let's get some sound bites from the forum.
This roadshow is part of our collective effort to build momentum towards Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, which will take place in Algiers, Algeria, between 4th and 10th September this year. But more importantly, it is about mobilizing action. Action that ensures South Africa's public and private sectors are well represented and competitively positioned to seize the opportunities this landmark event will offer. At the heart of today's event is a bold idea that Africa can and must trade more with itself. Not only in raw materials, but in value-added goods, in services and innovations. That idea is the engine behind the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. And the Intra-African Trade Fair, which we are here to promote today, has been seen as the commercial face and marketplace of the AFCFTA. One of the persistent barriers to intra-African trade is not tariffs, nor logistics alone, but access to accurate and timely and actionable market intelligence.
Today, we are a shining light on investment opportunities in Africa, a shining light on intra-Africa trade fair, and a shining light on the provision of platforms for our SMEs to exhibit their products. This year's IATF comes at a challenging time. Our continent and individual countries are confronted with growing geopolitical uncertainties, climate-related disruptions, and ever-widening global inequalities. Shifts in international trade policy, particularly those from our traditional trading partners, pose a fundamental risk to our trade relations as we've known them. Yet, despite these headwinds, our continent has the capacity to navigate them successfully. Across Africa, we see a growing recognition of the need to accelerate our continent's industrial development, to invest strategically in manufacturing, in logistics, in value chains that will create jobs and continue on an inclusive path of growth. South Africa, with a well-established industrial base, is well positioned to lead the continent in ensuring the process of value addition on our continent. By integrating resources, integrating our trade policy with the endowment of natural resources that we have the capacity to accelerate our industrial development. The AFCFTA provides a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to act together to accelerate the vision of an integrated continent. Fostering regional value chains in key sectors, such as the automotive sector, with its emerging regional hubs and agribusiness, with its vast potential for inclusive growth, is absolutely critical. Developing interconnected regional value chains will promote technology transfer, diversification of intra-Africa export markets, and position our small-medium enterprises for benefits under this significant market. The IATF is a very strategic platform which is critical to achieving the vision of an industrialized continent that is able to produce its own goods and feed its own people. The IATF, therefore, is one of the tools of the AFCFTA Secretariat, Afreximbank, and the African Union in driving our ambitious agenda for economic integration is absolutely pivotal. I want to urge all of you, small medium enterprises, large corporations, to take advantage of the IATF, to come to Algeria in September, to exhibit your services, your goods, and to make sure that you take advantage of the business connectivity platform, which is the IATF.
This trade fair will bring together the continental and the global players to explore business and investment opportunities in Africa, sharing trade and investment information to address the challenges facing intra-Africa trade. This roadshow is in preparation for Algiers. Ambassador, I must tell you that as South African, we hold Algeria as one of the key countries that contributed to our liberation. The first of those who dedicated themselves to fight for freedom under the leadership of the ANC were trained in Algeria. And the first was the first president of our democracy, Nelson Mandela. That's where Nelson Mandela got his first training. And therefore we hold you dearly, but we hold African brothers and sisters so dearly because we know that the journey for development of South Africa is linked with the journey of development of all countries. We are quite inspired by the work that has been done under the leadership of the AFTA, especially to explore the value chain, to accelerate the continental integration, and ensure that the dream of the AU 2063 is supported.